Hi everyone, so I'm back to share another journal with you, and this is a little chunky mini vintage eclectic style journal. I have used kits from Manu Design Studios, ARTYmaze, the old design shop, My Porch Prints, Tsunami Rose, and like I said, it is a little chunky mini journal, and there is a lot of like vintagey stuff in there, as well as some vintage digitals too. I've actually just forgot to tie that in the middle, which I'll do that when I get to it. So the journal measures 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. It has one signature. There are 84 pages front and back, and it will be listed for sale in my shop. And that's the back. I've got this lovely ribbon. It's a really thick fabric ribbon. I wouldn't call it a lace, definitely a ribbon to me. And if you watched my videos the other day where I done the collaging with the wax images, I've popped one of them on there on the front. There's eyelets and organza ribbon as a closure. So let's go inside. Just making sure that I'm in frame. You can see the glare off the wax image, which is really nice. I actually love how they come out. So on this tag, like I said, it was collaged, the wax image, the butterflies from ARTYmaze, as is this, and the word faith, which I think I'll call this journal as well, is from My Porch Prints. So now we can go inside. So as you can see, another little chunky one. Believe it or not, it takes just as much time to make the smaller ones than it does the big ones. Just the same amount of time. This is one of the part of a page from the Manu Design Studios. I will link them below. I discovered them the other day on Etsy, and I really like it's just basically background papers, like 12 by 12, but they print out fine on, like, your regular size copy paper, or your printer paper. So here I've just made a little corner tuck here, and inside there we just have some, this is I've got these in one of my kits on in my shop, but I've actually shrunk this down. It is actually like probably 3 times the size of that, so I've shrunk that down. I've just coffee dyed that, and I've just popped that in there. And we have a postcard here from ARTYmaze, and this is called the Rose Journal Cards. And then we just have this little ticket here, again that's from ARTYmaze, and I popped that in because this page here had some red in it, so I just thought that would look nice with a little hint of red on here. So here I've got a piece of digital paper which I've just tore down the sides. There is a doily. There is like a paper doily. There's cheesecloth. There is part of like a crocheted doily there, and then we have this image which is from ARTYmaze, and I trimmed off like the border that was on it, and it's just been backed onto cardstock. So she's on there. This is from the old design shop, which is a freebie. This is from the Manu, I think it's called Manu Design Studios. Here we just have some vintage paper that's really old and quite delicate. There is a book page here, which is an old book page. Here I just made a cabinet card, and then from one of the pages I made some envelopes and just some blank coffee dyed paper in the envelopes. So that goes on that away. So it's quite fiddly with the little journals when you're trying to show, because your hands take over the whole thing. An old vintage book page with obviously plants on there, or flowers. This is one of the tags that I made the other day as well, the collaging and the wax images. And on there, that's from ARTYmaze. My Porch Prints, that's ARTYmaze as well. Done a little bit of stamping there. I don't remember where that butterfly came from. I don't know if it's ARTYmaze or My Porch Prints, but it was in my big box of scraps. not going to call them craps tonight. Big box of crap. Big box of scraps. This image is from My Porch Print, and then we've just got some cheesecloth, and we've obviously it's a top corner tuck. Inside there we have a printable vintage letter, which again I just printed to a page, and a postcard from ARTYmaze. This is one of my vintage pieces in my digital kit in my shop, and obviously the other bit is around the other side, so I printed that off. This is from Manu Design Studios, some vintage music paper. This is some vintage lined paper, some grid paper. Again, this is one of my vintage, is it vintage receipts, I think it's called. I'm not very good with my own stuff. Here we just have some stamping. There's some nice little markings from the tea or the coffee dyed papers, and here I've used what they called the stitched slots, I think they are, Tim Holtz dye. I was itching to buy that, and I think I've only used it a handful of times, so I'm now trying to use it a little bit more. This was a little tag that I made from one of the pages from that kit from Manu Studios. The kits are cold that I use. Let me have a little peek now. Sorry, I've got something in the way of my computer. You've got Snaps from the Past and Splendorous. That's what it's called. Splendorous and Snaps from the Past. So I've used bits and bobs from each kit and this, and it's actually quite, one of that, I think it's Splendorous, is actually quite a big kit. Just like I said, it is like 12 by 12 papers, but there's more in that one than there is with the Snaps from the Past kit. So inside here we've just got all these little tickets. They're all from ARTYmaze. These are her ticket collection. You find them in her shop. So, and then the little rose journal card there. Really fiddly taking all these out. Yeah, so I just stuffed that with all them, and now we've got to try and put them all back in the way I had them. Let me see. I'm not very good at using these. As you can see, there we go. Ta-da! Didn't look like that to start with, I don't think, but there you go. The word timeless here, that is from ARTYmaze as well. Just done a little bit of decoupage in there with some scrap pieces of napkin I had left over, a little bit of stamping. Here I've just done a little cluster. This is from ARTYmaze. Just again using some scraps here and some vintage music paper. A little bit of stamping up there. This is from the Old Design Shop on Etsy. And this is the Old Design Shop on her blog, so that's a freebie. The tags aren't. This is my digital from the receipt kit, and again this is from Manu Design Scraps. This is a tag from oh, that doesn't want to come off, and there's actually no stitching on that. It's full stitching comes actually on the tag, and that's just scraped that a little bit, so it's just added a little bit more of an old vintage look to it. This is the collaboration, is it the tag fabrication kit from ARTYmaze and Tracy Fox, so that goes in there. Some more vintage paper, like I said, that's quite delicate. Some lined paper, which is vintage. Centre of a signature, and I'm just going to tie this in a bowl. Just like that. You can pull that apart if you wanted to add bead dangles or hearts or butterflies or something. Another tag, which is just paper clipped on. Another little cluster there. This is a alterations tag, which is a printable from the Old Design Shop on Etsy, and this is the Old Design Shop on her blog. Some more decoupage in there. Another one of these. I'm not going to pull all them out, but you know there's all them tickets in there. And then a tag there. It's got a little rose down at the bottom. These papers are, they're kind of like mixed media type papers. They're really nice. Especially that I can't do mixed media like that, or like arty work. Stamping, little flip there, that's the other side of one of my digital receipts. grid paper, lined paper, vintage music paper, and that flips as well. You could glue that down and make that a little pocket, tuck something in. Another top corner pocket. The little image is from My Porch Prints, and I think it's one of the butterfly kits, like ephemera packs. So this is ARTYmaze. This is a digital letter. It's just been coffee dyed, and that pops up there. A little bit stamping down there. It's got cheesecloth on there as well. We've got a butterfly here, a little bit of stamping. These are, again, one of the tags that I made with the waxed images and the collage tag. My Porch Prints, ARTYmaze, and that's ARTYmaze as well. And that's just paper clipped onto a book page. Made another envelope, and there's just paper in that envelope like the other one. And then this is just a little kind of full cabinet card that I made. Vintage book page, vintage paper. Here we've just got a kind of top corner tuck, and inside there we just have another vintage receipt from my shop, and that's again shrunk down to 2 to a page. And then here we just have a journal card from ARTYmaze. And then here, this is an ARTYmaze image as well, and it's got cheesecloth, and there is a paper doily behind there as well. And then there's a crocheted part of a doily there. And that is the back. So that's the little journal. Come out lovely, I think. So like I said, this will be listed in my shop. If you have any questions about the journal, then just ask and I will get around to answering you as soon as I can. I hope you're all having a great evening, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.